Hello, welcome along to episode 188 of Adventures in Pop. My name is Simon Jacobs. You are looking fab. And let's get straight on with it. I'm going to play you this evening a brand new song. And the reason for this, I have done this a few times before. It's rather different from my unreleased tracks series, which every now and again I just sort of pop one out onto YouTube and let people make whatever they want to make from it. And those tracks are tracks that for some reason have missed getting onto an album at some point. They have quite, just not quite made the grade. They've not quite hit the level for whatever reason. Sometimes, frankly, I can't remember what that reason is. What I want to do this evening is slightly different. I've done this before and I have explained this before, but it's worth just going over it one more time, which is just to say there's always a bit of a backlog in terms of what I'm writing and what's actually being released, what you get to hear and what I'm doing. Sometimes it feels like, they've kind of drifted apart a little bit. And I get a little bit impatient to kind of catch up with the stuff I'm releasing now because, of course, as I probably said, I think in the very first episode of Adventures, you can get very excited, a little bit carried away with the thing that you have just written to the exclusion of everything else. But even still, even trying to be sensible, things, I'm basically writing stuff now that probably won't get released, if it ever gets released. It makes that standard. I'm writing stuff now that probably won't get released for another year, a year and a half. I think that's acceptable. When it gets to 2 years and stuff, then I think, I've probably got to be releasing faster or writing slower, but I can't really legislate for that. So if a song starts to sort of formulate, I have got to get it down. Otherwise I feel like, I've really missed a trick, and more than missed a trick. That could be the song that, becomes the hit that changes my life, and I've just not written it. Do you see what I mean? It's a thing that goes on in your head the whole time. What if that's the one and you've just passed it by because you were too busy, watching telly or whatever it might be? Okay, so I'm going to play a song that I have written recently, and I wanted to say one thing about the glut of songs that have popped up recently. Earlier this year, I went through a little bit of a bald patch, so to speak, where probably a couple of months went by, and frankly, I hadn't really written anything. There might have been the odd skirmish with a keyboard and some typing, but nothing really had come out. So I was a bit sort of perplexed. I wasn't worried because I've gone through this a little bit before, where you get to a point where suddenly it all just starts gushing even out. And shortly after that rather barren period, the floodgates did open. And I reckon this year I've probably written something in the region of 25 songs so far this year. So that even is, 3 months before the end of the year and a couple of months where I wasn't writing anything. So it's not bad. Now, look, first of all, let's just be really clear. When I say I've written 25 songs, it doesn't mean I've written 25 good songs. So I'm not being quite as boastful as that might first seem. Some of them might be good, and you will be the judge of whether any of them are any good. So it's all very well for me to say, but there we go. So in recent months, particularly since I got back from my holiday at the beginning of September, I think since then I've written about 5 or 6 songs, and some of them are quite fun. I want to introduce to you a song called Back from the Dead, is the one I've just sort of picked to play you, to give you an indication of, what I'm up to at the moment, because it is about a year and a half further evolved from the kind of songs that I'm releasing at the moment on Spotify, which is my dance collection called Might As Well Dance. I've released 3 singles from that collection. This is a good moment just to say go and listen to all of them. That's You Do You, The Story Ends, and Might As Well Dance. They're all out there doing the business. Go and check them out. I would if I were you. And so there's a whole bunch more of those dance tracks to come, and then I'll get on to the next album, and even that album, I feel like I'm approaching pretty much capacity on that, and I have to go on to the next one after that. That's when it starts to get a bit crazy, because then I'm thinking I'm writing stuff that might not see the light of day for another 2 years, and that's not great. And obviously what I don't want to do is start losing interest, because, you know, I'm evolving on to something else. Anyway, I also just want to say, before I stop and play you this new track called Back from the Dead, it's a good Halloween sort of track, isn't it? I just want to say how marvellous it is to have 52,000 subscribers. My mouth is just left permanently open now. So thank you very, very much. That's rather marvellous. Something I was never expecting is to have all that kind of activity going on YouTube, but it's lovely. It's a nice bonus, and well, may it keep coming. So let me tell you a little bit about Back from the Dead. This is a track that I think I had the title Back from the Dead probably came first. I've been going through a bit of a phase recently in songwriting of being very poppy, very focused on trying to kind of stick to some rules, like you've got to have a kind of an easy to remember title. You've got to repeat your title lots and lots of times. Remember, a few episodes back, I talked about The Weekend, Blinding Lights, Flowers, Miley Cyrus, Happy by Pharrell Williams, because they're such brilliant examples of great pop music. And I think I've been trying to kind of, be influenced by that. I wouldn't say I'm copying them, and I wouldn't say I can do anything as good as those, but be influenced by aspects of the structure, like how much you repeat, when does the chorus happen, etc., and trying to kind of follow some of those real pop rules. And you'll spot some of that in Back from the Dead. Now, Back from the Dead, I'm having a bit of fun with this song. I think the most interesting thing about the song, in terms of its lyrics, is whether I'm literally back from the dead or whether that is just a metaphor. And I don't think I'm clear at any time. And the listener really can decide this. This is quite an important point. This is the thing I think I'm still learning, which is about you don't have to explain everything. You don't have to tie everything up with a nice ribbon at the end of the song. It doesn't have to fully even make sense, dare I say it. Partly because it's up to you what you write, but partly because people will work it out, or they'll work something out for themselves. They'll make sense of it in their own minds in a way that is comfortable for them, and that's great. And it's not your business to go around telling people this is what this song means, and if you don't realise it's like this and like this, no, you've got it wrong. It's the song will mean whatever it means to anybody. And you can just chill and not worry about that stuff. So this is a song that is possibly about the fact that I've died and come back from the dead, or it may be just I'm using that as a metaphor. I'm not quite sure. So some of the words, I'm having a bit of fun. They thought I was gone, they thought I was moving on, but that wasn't true. It's so unlike you to be so wrong. They thought they were free, they thought they'd got rid of me. I'm sorry to say it doesn't work that way, as you can see. So there's a lot of, it's quite ominous, this. I'm kind of having a bit of fun at some other people's expense here. Don't know where all that came from. As I say, I started just with a phrase, Back from the Dead, and thought, oh, that's quite fun. I wonder if I can write something around it. And it all happened very, very quickly. Some said I'm a fake. Others claimed I was dead, for heaven's sake. Oh, I'll never quit, so just get used to it and give me a break. It's a certain amount of venom, I think, in the song, in fact. Okay, so look, have a listen. There's quite a lot of acoustic guitarage going on as well. I think it's got a kind of an indie pop vibe going with it. I'm always struggling with genres. So here is a very recently finished song. It's sort of mixed. It's bound to change. If it does get released at some point in the future, it will be, you know, spruced up a little bit. It'll be a little bit sharp around the edges. But for now, enjoy the rest of your week. Here is Back from the Dead.
thought I was gone. They thought I was moving on, but I wasn't true. It's so unlike you to be so wrong. They thought they were free. They thought that they got rid of me. I'm sorry to say it doesn't work that way, as you can see. Oh, I'm what you most dread. That's why everyone's fled. You should be scared, very scared, 'cause I'm back from the dead, yeah. Oh, I'm back from the dead. Some said I'm fake, others claimed I was dead, for heaven's sake. Oh, I'll never quit, so just get used to it and give me a break. Oh, you thought I was gone. Really, what planet are you from? So let us be clear, I'm staying here. That was my plan all along. Oh, I'm what you most dread. Now I'm here, living inside your head. Now you keep the light on when you go to bed, 'cause I'm back from the dead, yeah. Oh, I'm back from the dead. I might be a hallucination or a figment of your imagination, or maybe it's just an indication that you're losing your